Alright, this is Kaho Ogawa of American Ballet Theater doing 10 pirouettes on point, bringing her arms to high fifth. Let's take a look at why she's able to do this. Let's just play it once in real time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down. Beautiful. Let's take a look at it in slow motion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and a little bit of a hop forward when she comes down, but we'll explain that in a minute. What I want you to look at as I put her in reverse is, and I've been saying this for years, when you want to do multiple pirouettes, meaning more than 4 or 5 pirouettes, you want to get up in there in the 7, 8, 9, 10 category, you don't add them at the end, you add them in the beginning. Now watch. She does her first pirouette. She's spotted, that counts as 1 right there, and she's not even close to her final position. She doesn't reach her pirouette. Look at that. See, her hips are way behind her. She doesn't reach her final pirouette position until after her second spot right there. So let's look at that again. Boom, back to the beginning. 1, 2. She's added 2 pirouettes in the beginning of her sequence before she's even gotten into her pirouette sequence. She's got 2 out of the way already. Right here, she's using the lifting of her arms as impetus. She speeds up right there as impetus to get those last pirouettes in, and then she simply floats around as long as she can, spotting her head and using, you'll watch, look at, see how her right shoulder is higher than her left? Right shoulder higher than her left? Right shoulder higher than her left. She's actually using her back and her spot to create the inertia or the impetus for each pirouette within each pirouette. When you're on point, there's not a lot of friction being created from the floor, so you can kind of float around. Theoretically, you should be able to float around forever. But you see it really right there as her, let me draw a line there. Boom. That's the shoulder angle that she's in. Now that's not typical. One of the other things that allows her to do the amount of pirouettes that she's doing is watching her prep. Typical, I'm going to zoom in on her feet. Typical point shoe technique is you would take, and when you get to your releve, you would scoop this under and replace. You would from your center point, from your center point, you would scoop and replace your toe, and she's not doing that. She corkscrews. Let me get rid of those lines. Boom. She's going to corkscrew up. She's not going to replace that toe. She's going to do her pirouette like a normal on flat pirouette, not on point pirouette. You see that? Boom. So she can actually get about 3 more pirouettes with the amount of force that she's able to use in the initial impetus that she is creating from her preparation. Normally, if you replace that toe, if you scoop it under, you can't use as much, you can't bring as much force in the beginning and be able to control that force when you scoop. When you corkscrew like she's doing, you can use more force in the beginning and then allow that force to play out at the end of your pirouettes. So 3 things. Corkscrewing. Zoom back out. Also, I want to draw one more line. The 3 things is corkscrewing, using the arms as a lift for extra impetus, and not replacing Well, that's corkscrewing. But adding the pirouettes before, adding the pirouettes in the beginning of your pirouette sequence and not at the end. Watch how she stays on her balance, on her center the whole time. Boom, 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 boom. Now you can really see, when you lift your arms to high fifth in a pirouette, it's really difficult to maintain, let's get rid of that line and zoom in on her torso. It's really difficult to maintain this right here, this area. Your rib cage tends to distend when you lift your arms to high fifth. Watch how hers does not. And the way that she does that is by engaging her lats, which are right here and right here. You can see it happen. Boom. You see that? You see her musculature working right there? Right there. And right there. Boom. Rib cage is absolutely flat, completely in control, and sewn up like shoelaces. Absolutely gorgeous. And she still has that right shoulder up, which is really interesting. It's almost like she's looking over her shoulder each time. Just gorgeous. Let's just watch it one more time. Get rid of that last dot. Zoom back out. Regular time. Boom, 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 boom. Gorgeous.